You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. I was caught up one day. I was caught up like on Thursday or Friday with all the requests, and now like a ton of you guys, which I'm appreciative of, but I was just like, maybe I'll have a respite. No. Hi, Aaron. I'll get straight to the point. I'm a 24-year-old male from Canada with an IQ of around 110. I recently finished a degree in economics at Wilfrid Laurier University. It was a dumbed-down version of an economics program that had less theoretical courses. I failed in my attempt to get a computer science degree in my first year of university because I was working and going to school at the same time while trying to hold a steady relationship with the liberal cunt I met in my first year that I have now broken up with. Women destroying men again. I graduated with a 3.0 GPA. This was the minimum grade I needed to graduate and could have done a lot better if I had applied myself. In my spare time, I taught myself computer science. I'm finding that I'm learning more online than I ever will from a corrupt university. You darn right. Universities are outdated. They're obsolete. They are obso-fucking-lete. I still live with my parents and only have car expenses, phone bill, and gym membership. My parents helped out with most university costs. Well, university is free in Canada, isn't it? Like, everything's just free. Like, Justin Trudeau runs around with his dick, bashing you over the head. Free healthcare, free education. Like, free healthcare, free education. I paid off the rest of my student loans. I have a savings of $10,000 in a high-interest savings account. Good for you. I got a job right now out of school at a place. I basically manage inventory counters and deal with the big data and financial reporting. The salary is $40,000 a year Canadian, which is like $35,000 US. It's pretty cheap. I've been working here for around 6 months now. I work an average of 50 to 60 hours a week. The overtime is insane. I do not get paid extra for that. Yeah, well, fuck that. My question is, should I continue this job or go back to school for something related to computers? My IQ is on the average side of 110. I would have to push myself mentally to get a computer science degree. Well, you gotta push yourself. You can't be dating no girl, and you can't. I mean, work takes. Now keep in mind, if you work security, you can really get a great GPA. But if you're working a real job where you can't just sit and study, well, that's almost impossible to do. I could also go to a community college for an easier program. The programs would take 2 years or less because I have some overlap in courses from a university program. My other option is to try and find a better job because I have the experience working as an inventory manager. Should I consider myself lucky for even getting a job with economics 3? Yeah, you should. You should, and I wouldn't give up on it. But yeah, you got a job, dude, with a worthless degree, pretty worthless degree, so I'd be pretty proud. I could try to get a job in big data, but a lot of these prefer master's degree. I'm an entrepreneur, and in my spare time, I'm working on a small business venture related to Bitcoin. Should I say fuck school and try and learn online for free? Another option is that I quit my job and go travel with my brother who has a job that allows him to travel in the U.S. I could take this opportunity to go with him and do my reconnaissance at a small expense because his work pays for his mileage and hotels. He wants me to come and would not care that I would be freeloading at the company's expense. Awesome. Please make a video or an email response. I don't care which one. So yes, pushing minimum wage. You can get into a managerial position. Ooh, it pays $50,000 a year. Which I don't mean to poo-poo that. I mean, I would have been happy to make that back in my day. Old jobs, employment surveying. $20 an hour to work from home? Dude. I also have the option of falling back on my old jobs. It is an employment surveying job in the public sector that pays $20 an hour, 35 hours a week to work from home. Fucking H Christ, why do you go do that? I can work on school or my online learning in this job because it's a lot of waiting around for emails or phone calls. The downside is that this is only May through August. Oh, it's summer. Okay. My reconnaissance would take 1 month. I'd be done by January, April. Okay, here's what you have to do. You have to go hang out with your brother. You got to do the reconnaissance. That opportunity is not going to present itself again. I think, you got enough savings. You've worked hard. Take a break, man. Just take a break and go hang out with your brother and travel around the United States. Do your reconnaissance. Then what I would do, and if that requires you quit your job, go ahead and quit your job because it's not that good. I mean, shit, you're working almost minimum wage. You did the math. You're still living at home. You don't need that job. I mean, it'd be good to have it, but they're not paying you enough. It sounds like you hate it, and you're not going to go anywhere with that. Ooh, inventory management job. Ooh, maybe you make $50,000 a year as a manager. It's like, yeah, fuck that bullshit. you need to switch and transition into IT. Now, what I would do, go have fun with your brother. That's the most important thing. Go enjoy that. And then do read Reconnaissance Man if you haven't, so you can learn from that experience. Like, oh, maybe you do want to live in Austin, Texas. Maybe you want to go over here. Maybe you want to do that. But what I would do while you're bumming around with your brother, if you want to get into computer programming, you basically have two routes. You can either go back to college, which is not that expensive. It really isn't that expensive in Canada. I know it costs something, but it's not that expensive as it is in the United States. You could go back, but what I would look into is if you want to get into data science, do the self-education route. Programming boot camp, some kind of boot camp online. If you could just grab a book and start teaching yourself, that's another thing that you could do. Microsoft has this data science certification. I would go just take that. You know, I mean, if you want to get into big data, I mean, it'd kind of be related to your current job. I would really not like to go to college again. That's what I kind of would be a little bit aware of. So what I'm recommending you do is while you're out banging around the country with your brother, go online, take a look at that Microsoft Data Science Program certification. See if you can take classes online, look at programming boot camps, things like that you can do remotely. Then when you come back in summer, you can go ahead and do this part-time gig for $20 an hour for 35 hours a week. You can get yourself a certification and then see if that gets you a job. You're already kind of leaning towards it anyway. And then I would almost leave college for later. Like, see if you get certification, see if you can get a job. Now, this could be a 9-month process at minimum. And if you do it right while you're on the field, you know, what I recommend in Reconnaissance Man is that you're studying at night, and then during the daytime you're exploring. But I would definitely go with your brother. Try and learn some programming while you're on the road. See what your online educational options are. And then if you get some like skills and certifications, you know, you test out, you get your certification for whatever, Python or whatever you want to do. And you still can't find a job, all right, then I would go to school part-time, still live with your folks, go to school part-time, work whatever other part-time jobs you can, security guard preferably, and slowly earn your computer science degree while also skilling up and taking more certifications and applying for jobs. And in other words, like, you really would not like to go back to college. I mean, you got your degrees, so you're not going to be fucking around with English history degrees or prerequisites. But I would just see if you couldn't, you know, college is your last option. And it's such a last option that I don't even want you going back full-time. I'd be going back part-time while you're working so you don't lose any more money, and self-studying and self-certifying. That's what I would do. But yeah, I mean, this job just doesn't sound... You're not, like I said, you're not going to have another opportunity to go bum around the country with your brother. So I would do that. And don't worry, you got $10,000 in money. You live with your folks. It's not like your parents like, you can never move back here again. And you'd be like, okay, fine. And you'll be fine. And so take this advantage, take the generosity of your parents, and, you know, hold out for something a little bit better than a minimum wage job. 50 to 60 hours a week, fuck them, fuck that. And they're not going to pay you overtime, fuck them. That's bullshit. So I would, you know, and if they also like, what do you mean you're putting in your 2 weeks notice? I say like, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with my brother. Well, yeah, like, yeah, I'll be back in a month. And if you guys really want to pay me, you're going to pay me, God, for 60 hours a week, you'd have to be paying me around almost 6 figures US, because my life is too damn precious to be pissing away that much time and money. So, all right, anyway, hope that helped out. I hope it gives you a little bit of guidance. I can't tell you exactly what to do, but that's what I'd recommend you do. But yeah, go do reconnaissance with your brother. You will never regret that. Never. All right, we'll see you kids later. Toodles.